Chamgei chitab kolenjin atinye kamang'unet ale ibaibaian oldo tugul ole miten en betut noton nebo kosomok kasi noton ko nebo tarikit 10 arawetab 6 kenyitab 2026. Amoche atochin en logoiwekab emet kong'eten ketesiet nebo Nenyon TV kikurenon Bett Elkanah. Kitaunen logoiwek choton chemwoe kole kakomuch komong'e ripotab President Professor Kithure Kindiki ak konereki ine polotet nebo ketesiet noton anan tekset nebo ketesiet noton nebo tililindo nenaat mising ko Ebola Center noton neteche serikalitab emetab Marekani en kebeberta nebo Laikipia. Kong'ololien betutab amut yegon kotuyo ak ofisaek koyob ministry nebo tililindo kondochin minista en ministry noton komwa Kithure Kindiki kole manyolu keteshi polotet tetutik chetinyegei ak tililindo.
The government, through the Ministry of Health, is making every effort to make sure that we prevent an occurrence of Ebola in our country. We are doing this in collaboration with our regional and international partners, the WHO, the Africa CDC centers, the US CDC centers, friendly governments. We have set up places for isolation and treatment, 23 of them, and we don't want the politicization and the sensationalism that some of the members of the society are bringing into this very straightforward public health issue. So these isolation centers, the minister has assured me he will be visiting some of them so that we can look at our preparedness generally. And we do not want to politicize an epidemic. We have very many other things we can politicize if we must. And this is not an area for our discussion. So we have encouraged the minister and the team to continue with what they are doing. And we are very proud that our capacity is being upscaled, is being reviewed.
Ngeistangei noton ketaknigei logoiwek alak cheyobu Senate ole koimuche komong'e alak en senetaek en betutab amut ak koesio tilet noton nekikon kapkirwok nebo barak anan High Court neking'at Senate nebo emoni kolipan silingisiek milionisiek 50 nekirubeiwotab president nekikisto Rigathi Gachagua en kit nemwoe kapkirwok kole kimokiyochin imanda en kasarta nekitestai motion noton nekibo impeachment nenyin akot en kasarta nekimokomiten orit nebo bunge noton. Kong'ololi en betutab amut komwa senetaek choton kole kikimuch keisto en oret noton nebo ng'atutik Gachagua noton ko Rigathi Gachagua ako noton komamiten amune noton nebo kolipan Senate nebo emoni chepkondok choton.
Senator Chiranke.
I followed your communication. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and thank you for communicating on this live matter, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, yesterday we saw the judgment of the High Court, and I want to agree with the House that we do appeal, because as somebody has said, Mr. Speaker, is jury in any proceeding are not subjected to be interrogated, Mr. Speaker. 50 million is a lot for the Senate, Mr. Speaker, and we did our part. I am happy, Mr. Speaker, that, and I know we raised in our submission, that the doctrine of separation of powers must be respected at all given time, Mr. Speaker. We did our part as a Senate, and we will not allow us to be fined. I don't agree with the entirety of the judgment of the court, High Court, Mr. Speaker. I agree on the part where they agreed with us that the Deputy President was validly impeached.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I am equally surprised with the court decision to impose a fine of 50 million shillings on the Senate, when on the other hand, the same court said the Senate was right and the Senate rightly impeached Gachagua according to the Constitution. We followed the Constitution and we impeached him according to the Constitution. And Mr. Speaker, when we were here, all of us were here, when the lawyer himself told us that he did not know where his client was. Mr. Speaker, I urge you to appeal. Mr. Speaker, Where do we get 50 million when we are struggling in our steering committee of parliament? Yeah, we are struggling to get money even to travel locally. So where do we get 50 million? We are poor.
Ngistoenge noton ketakni county noton nebo Uasin Gishu ole koimuch serikalitab county noton en kibagenge ak kibagengeisiek alak chetinye ak tililindo kosuldaen konetisiet netinye kakirindaetab miondo noton nebo ukimwi. Niton ko kokiyai en sugulisiek cheterterchin cheboto sugulit noton nebo Neema Institute of Science and Technology en kwenutab nganaset noton nebo Eldoret. Kong'ololchin sirikab logoiwek komwa Dr. Joseph Chepkwony inendet ko lecturer en sugulit noton kole bo komonut missing kokwoutiet noton amun wendi koneti barnotik akobo komonutiet noton nebo koribgei ichek en mionoton. Koimuch kora komong'e alak en kipsomaninik en sugulit noton ak komwa kole kobunchi komonut konetisionoton.
Many clubs in this town, in this city, is contributing a great deal. I may say this because I'm a parent. I am always concerned with the young people. We lose them, we lose a nation, we lose a generation. That has affected so many students until we are now number one in Kenya, especially when it comes to HIV and AIDS. And this is a time we need a lot of talks. Unless we do something, we may end up losing most of these Kenyans.
Benefited a lot, like maybe about sexual activities, we should abstain them. We take care from many of the diseases youth are facing, like STIs and maybe HIV and AIDS. It's so rampant in our country.
My health, and I should take care of myself as a girl. So I would like to tell you also outside there that you should go to the hospital and know more about your health so that you may live positively in this life.
About how we can live in this life away from doing things that are not in a good way. For example, we have taught a lot of things like HIV and AIDS. We need to abstain from HIV and AIDS. We have so many things that we normally are supposed to follow so that we cannot get this HIV and AIDS.
So we teach that, as the Bible says, that sex before marriage is sin. And we encourage them also that true love waits.
The young people, as we have been doing this initiative, they are very green in terms of adolescent sexual reproductive health, because most of them are not empowered. Most of them doesn't have information to do with most of these diseases, and most of those questions is about sexuality, about HIV and AIDS.
Kingeistoenge noton chitab kolenjin ketaknige kebeberta noton nebo Kapenguria ole koimuch kotestai kirwoget noton netinyegei ak mbaret nebo ekarisiek 6 en kebeberta nebo Kapenguria nemwaat kele tindo koiwek chebo komonut noton chebo gold ole koimuch koitita taitab kapkirwok nebo Kapenguria en betutab amut chi anan boyon agenge noton nemwoe kole nenyin mbaranoton ne moche kikochi imanda noton nebo konyor mbaranoton. Akot ko noton ko kotestai kirwogonoton netinye ak mbaranoton nebo kebeberta nebo Wakor en Sigor ole tesetai kotiyet anan tiyet en kwenut nebo kebeberwek oeng chemwoe kole nenywan mbaranoton. Akot ko noton ko koimuch komongei boyondonoton nemwoe kole nenyin mbaranoton koboto okiliekyik akomwa kole tesetai ine koborchingei konyor mbaranoton.
Yuko mapi nilichukua 2020 Januari. Shamba yangu yuko msima. Awali staki mimi wakati nilichora shamba 2020 mwezi wa 8 akastaki sasa mimi ati wewe iko shamba za mwingine. Ile amekabuliwa 2020 mwezi wa 8. Sasa nikapeleka total yangu na map ile ulikuwa mimi nachukua 2020 mwezi wa 1 nikapeleka kwa lawyer. Hiyo kesi niliambia kotini utoe hii nini totally ya mtu mweke jina yangu chama yangu wote.
I realized that in West Pokot, the land adjudication officer, the land officers have been here for the last 10 years plus. I think the ministry concerned should be able to realize that putting these people here for too long create some sort of a dynastic behavioral conduct. And they begin to monetize everything. The other worst part is the police now. In this case, when the police realized that there was gold in this parcel of land, now they are siding with the other side. Huh? When we came to court, they are the ones who took the old man to court. Right? When the court realized that there was something, it stopped them from what they intended. And now it's going on for hearing. However, these are fellows who have now used force. They have now taken almost 150 people to go and mine gold in his parcel of land using force.
Issues of land in West Pokot is becoming a time bomb. The biggest threat is land department, who are issuing even 2, 3, 4 title deeds to the same parcel of land. In future, West Pokot will be moving away from banditry, cattle rustling, to land conflicts, which is very, very emotive. So PS and CS land should intervene immediately.
En logoiwek choton chitab kolenjin koyob kebeberta noton nebo Kapenguria kitukyin yoton Logoiywekab Emet chebo saisiek chu kong'eten ketesiet noton nebo Nenyon TV. Director nenyunet en betutab raini ko Elvis Kibet, kikurenon Bet Elkanah.